Gav, a big welcome to Crawley. How happy are you to get the deal over the line?
Yeah, really pleased. Glad it's all done. Yeah, it's been in the pipeline for a few weeks now, and obviously when I heard the interest from the club, it was something that I really wanted to pursue, and I'm pleased it's done now.
Yeah, you said there it's been in the pipeline for a while. Tell us about how you heard about the move and your first sort of thoughts when you thought that Crawley could be a possibility for you.
It's just through my agent, really. He called me and just said, look, Crawley have shown a bit of interest, and obviously having spoke to a few people who've been here previously. Danilo obviously is a good pal of mine. He couldn't speak highly enough of the club and the gaffer and all the backroom staff. And obviously, given the season the club had last year, with that momentum and confidence coming into this season, I just thought it'd be perfect fit.
Yeah, as you said there, you would have had plenty of chances to sort of see what the club's about. We've obviously played against you several times, obviously for Hartlepool as well. So I suppose you knew enough about the club to know that this could be the right step for you in the next step in your career. Yeah,
I just think at this stage of my career, it's obviously something that I wanted to do. Obviously, challenge myself, first and foremost at a higher level, which is something I've wanted to do. And obviously speaking to people who have worked with the gaffer, obviously, speak really well about him, as a coach and as a person. So that was obviously a big reason. And like I said, just obviously after what the club achieved last year, obviously the confidence and momentum coming into this season, I just thought, I thought it was the right move for me at this time.
Yeah, you've had your first couple of days training. How have you found it so far?
Really enjoyed it. Yeah, a lot of ball work. Obviously, I know that's how the gaffer wants to work, but it's it's all very intense as well. So you're getting that fitness in there. It's not just slow and lethargic. It's it's been sharp. Everyone's been on it in training, and the lads have all been brilliant, all very welcoming, and we've got a good group at the minute. Obviously, I'm sure a few more additions will be made, and hopefully we can keep that togetherness going into the start of the season.
Yeah, all being well, we would have announced this after we announced, obviously, Toby as well, who you obviously know from last season. So it must be nice to sort of come down here with a familiar face, and because it's a long way down from Grimsby, isn't it? So it must be nice to come down with someone you know.
I thought I'd got away from him, but he's followed me down, or I followed him down, either way. But no, he's a great lad. Gone really well with him at Grimsby, and and obviously it helps settle in, a familiar face, and. He's obviously going to be a good addition to the club as well. I know his ability and what he can bring to the table, and I'm sure that he'll do really well for the club as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that you've already spoke to the gaffer. What were your first sort of conversations like with him after you sort of put pen to paper?
Yeah, just obviously spoke at length about my style of play, how I like to play. It obviously fits into how he wants to play and how the team played last year. Just obviously showed me some clips in comparison to how the team played last year, and just obviously with my experience as well. Obviously, I'm one of the older pros in the changing room, bringing that experience as well, and obviously the way I like to play, just matched up to how the gaffer wanted to play.
Yeah, as we've already mentioned, some Crawley fans would have seen you play before because we've played against you obviously a few times. But for anyone that perhaps hasn't seen you, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I'm energetic, like to get about the pitch. I like to get forward, get into the box, score goals and assists, and I just like to try and have an effect on the game every time I play, whether that's scoring goals or creating goals. But yeah, first and foremost, I like to think that I'm a team player. I work hard for the team, and I'll definitely be giving my all for the club.
Yeah, we obviously talk about pre-season a lot with the new signings who come in before we've even started pre-season. It sounds like a cliche, but I suppose this is the perfect time to join a club. As you say, we're literally just at the start of our pre-season training. Our first pre-season match is next week. So is it the perfect time to join and just get yourself sort of embedded with the group before the games start thick and fast?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I was eager to get it done sooner rather than later, because like you said, it's good to get in. Obviously get amongst the lads and get to know them and get the feel around the club. So yeah, I'm pleased obviously to get it done, and like I said, we have the pre-season games coming up where obviously we'll all get to know each other better, how each other plays, and obviously work on a few more things that the gaffer will want to work on. And trying to get as much right before the start of the season, and and get everything locked down.
Yeah, you mentioned there, obviously you're one of the sort of senior pros now in the squad, coming in, so you would have done your fair share of pre-seasons. Do you still get the same sort of buzz that you do every pre-season, or is it sort of just a novelty now that's sort of worn off?
Yeah, look, it's obviously a lot of people will say obviously they don't enjoy it can be very tough and challenging, but I certainly get that itch, having a long summer off to get back in and get amongst the lads and get back on the grass, and you soon miss it. So there's nothing like being back amongst in the change room with the lads, getting the banter flying and that. So really happy to be back.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have had a look over our fixtures. Obviously, as we've already mentioned, League One next season. It's going to be a tough season. We've got some big teams. It's probably one of the hardest League Ones, for quite a few years now. So it must be exciting to sort of look at who we're going to be facing. As you say, it will be a good test for yourself and a lot of the players that we've got here. Yeah,
definitely. I think under no illusions, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, it's a step up in league and step up in quality. But it's exciting. It's exciting for the club and for all the players. I think as a player, you want to challenge yourself and you want to be playing against better players and bigger stadiums, bigger crowds, and you should embrace that, obviously. And I suppose, kind of from the outside looking in last year, the club probably had a mindset of, nobody really expected the club to achieve what it achieved. So there's no reason why the club can't, surprise a few more people next season and take that mindset into it. People from the outside maybe not expecting much, but, I'm sure last season, I'm sure will be the case again this season, that there was huge belief in the change room that the club could surprise a few people, and that's that's something that we'll be motivated to do.
Perfect. Gav, welcome to Crawley.
Thanks, Matt.